Today is the day. We got the combine out, the bean head right here. Gonna hook it up, and we're gonna head out and start combining some beans. Now that the head's on, I should mention that this is a brand new RD40F. So it's a flex draper 23 model from John Deere. It's 40 footer, has 5 different sections of belts to bring the beans to the middle, to bring them to the feeder house, which then gets them ran through the combine. What I mean by a flex draper is after the cutting bar here, it's got a belt, so they call that a draper belt, and that's different compared to the old rolling drum that they had kind of like back there across the whole length of the bean head. We hooked the head up in the yard, which is actually the first time we've ever done that before, so now I'm just following them out to the field, and then we're gonna get the combine set and going. This field we're gonna start combining at is 2-1 maturity, but this one we planted 3 weeks well before ahead of any of the other corn. So we're gonna see what kind of moisture is out here in this field, and more importantly, try to get the combine and the new bean head set. Here we go inside the cab. Gotta check notes from last year, operator's manual, make sure we got all the settings good to go before we take a first swath of the field.
Yeah. And one of those will go yellow or white. Once one goes white, that'll be your path.
Where are you going? Are you gonna take the headlights or what?
A little bit. I can do something I can go all the way probably.
Here we go. First harvested acres of 2023. Now entering the head. The combine's now, the header is now a used header. And the first beans right here inside the grain tank. Looks like we got a fairly clean sample already. This is just the beginning of a good harvest season. Combine a total of 1.6 acres, but the soybeans are testing right around 16–17% moisture. We want them right around 13% moisture, otherwise we get docked at the elevator. So we grabbed a sample out of the grain hopper. We're gonna run that up to town just to double check the calibration on the combine that's telling us 16–17%. So we'll run that up to town and see what they say the beans are measured at. Put the beans on the top, and the results are a moisture of 16.4%. Those beans at 16% are gonna be too wet for us to combine. You take a pretty sizable dock at the elevator for hauling them in that wet. So now I'm gonna take the grain cart out there, offload those beans into the cart. I'm tossing these beans on the grain cart. That way they'll be off the combine, and then we'll bring the combine home and the grain cart home, because we're done combining for today. When I jump between the combine and the grain cart, I noticed that I'm still in a short sleeve shirt. It's the first day of harvest, and I like wearing short sleeve shirts and not having to tote around a big jacket when harvest rolls around. So hopefully by the time harvest is done, or in this case we actually get started, I'm still wearing a short sleeve shirt. I made it back to the yard with the grain cart. Now I'm gonna walk over to the intersection, so that way the combine and Dad can cross the road with the bean head. Kind of upsetting that the beans were too wet, just because it takes us a lot of time and effort to get the head out, hooked up to the combine, get the grain cart out. But it's hard to gauge what moisture soybeans are at when they're in the field, other than just popping a couple in your mouth and trying to see if you can gauge what the moisture's at. That's the only great method. But we're gonna back everything in, put everything away. It's supposed to rain 2 to 3 inches here. Today's Thursday, over the weekend. So we're obviously gonna be done combining for this week. It's gonna give us a good opportunity to read up on what kind of calibrations, what kind of metrics we need to change on that combine. But it was worth a shot. A lot of the neighbors were combining, so we wanted to make sure we gave it a fair chance and went out to see if we could get the combine set and if we could get ahead of the game by combining some soybeans. So unfortunately, that's gonna be it for the first harvest video. We're gonna have a bunch more harvest videos coming out here soon as we get rolling on soybeans and then corn down the road. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks so much everyone for watching, and we'll see ya in the next one.